What's up, everybody? Anthony here, specialtymotorcars.net, and behind me you'll see one giant Superfly Cadillac from the 1970s that absolutely steals my heart. It's a beautiful triple yellow, Colonial yellow, 1978 Eldorado Biarritz, or Biarritz, however you want to pronounce it, however it's properly pronounced. This is the Super Deluxe apartment in the sky 1978 Cadillac Eldorado. Now this, I love the color combination on this car. This is probably my favorite 70s or 80s color combination is yellow, and add triple yellow with that buttery marshmallow stuffed Biarritz leather interior, to die for. It's a 43,000 mile car, factory Astro Roof, factory CB. Super excited to show you this car. I'm gonna do a walk around video of it, take it back on a spin back to the shop, tell you all about it in this video. It's for sale. Let's get into it. And here she is, an absolutely gorgeous, what looks to be 100-foot long 1978 Cadillac Eldorado Biarritz. This would have been the last year before the downsizing of this body. I believe they called this the E-body. Well, I don't know about this one, but the later one. 78 was the last year of this body style. That was pretty much ran from 75, 6, 7, and 8. I guess you could say it's very similar to like the 73 and 74s. They had the round headlights, but this 78 Eldorado Biarritz would have been the last of the big Mohegans. And to do it any other way other than triple Colonial yellow, loaded with the Biarritz option or trim package, absolutely a gorgeous, gorgeous car. 43,000 miles. Now, like I said in the intro, this is my favorite color for the 70s, 80s, anything. Like that Lincoln Mark that I have. This is the color. I adore this color. Some people might not care for it. I think it is the cat's meow. And again, loading the car up in a Biarritz package with the moonroof, with the CB, with the miles, the originality that this car is, it's a phenomenal, phenomenal example. All the hard work has been done to this car. It's got a replacement vinyl top. It's got replacement filler panels. It's got beautiful replacement Diamondback white wall tires. The car runs absolutely beautifully. I don't get a lot of 70s cars on my channel. You guys might obviously realize that. I'm more 80s and 90s. I actually have a 75 Eldorado convertible in my collection, and it's one of the cars that I've probably had the longest of my personal cars, other than my 57 Chevy. I bought that car right when I graduated high school. It's a triple white Eldorado Biarritz convertible, 75 model year. And I put the white Biarritz interior into it. I love the car. I haven't driven the car in probably 5 years. Probably around the time, I think before my daughter was born. My daughter's gonna be 6 in December. So 5, 6 years, it's been stuck in the back corner of my shop. I picked this car up from a local customer, friend, collector who has had this car since 2006. And as soon as I got behind the wheel of this car, I said, oh my goodness, I miss my Eldorado. Why am I not driving my Eldorado? Thankfully, this car is here on consignment. Otherwise, I would probably be selling something to make room for this car, because this thing is in just phenomenal, phenomenal shape. My customer, friend, client, however you want to classify him, real good guy, very particular with his cars. He actually had twin pair of these cars. At one point, the other one had the T-top option, which was super, super rare. It had the Continental hump on the trunk, and then had the Superfly grille, but it was triple yellow like this. What a beautiful pair. He loved yellow Cadillacs. He still does. He's just downsizing, and this car has to find a new home. And I am having a hard time not scratching a check for the car and just buying it. So that's why I just picked this car up this past weekend. Normally I don't get cars through the shop this fast. Obviously the car has been well kept, well cared for, so I didn't really have to do much to it. I didn't want to drag my feet on it because I didn't want to fall in love with it. I just want to rip the Band-Aid off. I've only had it in my care for a few days, but I don't want to fall in love with this thing. So here she is, 78 Eldorado Biarritz, just about to click 43,000 miles. I'm gonna go around this car, show you a couple little minor defects, flaws, very, very minor stuff, just little trim bits here and there. I mean, this car is just, like I said, the cat's meow for a 1978. It's hard to believe how old this car is. Super straight down both sides of the car. I'd have to imagine that this car has been repainted in the past. I'm not going to say this car is an original paint car, but whoever did it did an absolutely phenomenal job. No question, all the trim was removed off this car, and whoever painted it did a real sweet job on this car. Filler panels were just recently replaced in the last few years. They did a phenomenal job matching the paint there. You can see it has the matched caps. A beautiful set of Diamondback white wall tires. It's just unbelievable. Look at that big, beautiful Astro roof. There's a new weather stripping installed in that. Recent vinyl top. Just a real sweet piece. We'll start on the car. We might as well start here in the back corner, work our way around. We'll go counterclockwise this time. You can see here all new filler panels. It even has the correct chrome bezel that goes around the edge here. Thing I like actually about this over my Eldorado has a light here, where this has it in the quarter, and you can see it says Eldorado. Real solid, clean car, super straight down the sides. Has the correct brown pinstriping. Again, you can see inside the wheel wells, super clean in there. Even the frame, clean. Beautiful color match caps. Custom built Diamondback white wall tires. This does, like I said, has a new replacement vinyl top, and whoever did this top did a real bang up job. I mean, real clean. Edges throughout the rear window here. You can see the stitching up through the top, the band across the top. It's got the Biarritz and the opera lights. You know, all the trim, fit and finish. Just shows super nice. Lower quarters, lower doors, all solid, real clean car. Even the belt line molding here is in real nice shape. Chrome is in real nice shape. The brushed Biarritz stainless shows real well. Not 100% perfect. You'll see a few little minor imperfections there. Get the chrome on the mirror here. Just shows a little bit of fade up on the top surfaces, but that Biarritz trim, all the trim around the windshield, in phenomenal shape. Obviously, must be a replacement windshield, because Pinkelton did not make, I would assume, the windshields for these cars back in the day. I think you'd see an emblem like that on it. So, real nice, obviously, replacement windshield. Power CB radio antenna works. All the stainless in the windshield wiper cowl. Again, beautiful set of custom Diamondback white wall tires, matched white wall caps. You have the headlamp monitor. I mean, just look at the length of that fender. I mean, this car, I haven't driven my 75 in so long, I forget how big the car is, and it's stuffed in the corner of my shop, so it's probably the hardest car for me to get out, or one of the hardest cars. But I should get it out. My daughter doesn't even know what that car looks like. She's gonna inherit it one day. Might as well get her in it. The beautiful chrome Biarritz trim down the side here. See, nice, clean, crisp colors in that hood ornament. I mean, the paint on this car is just absolutely beautiful. Very well done. All across the hood. Looks like you got one little stone chip right there. I like how this has the Eldorado written out in individual letters. Like I said, these fillers are replacements, but you can see there's a few minor fitment and quality issues, and a minor stress crack right there. I think you got one just starting to form over here. One of the other things that I noticed with this car, and I don't know when this was done or why it was done, but these are gray impacts. And you can tell these were gray at some point, and somebody has painted over them black. I'm remembering mine on my 75 as being gray. But I don't know if there was a color change at some point, and maybe they're replacement strips. I don't know. But the bright work on the bumper shows real nice. You know, aside from some paint flaking off those. If you really wanted to touch them up, you could do that probably pretty easily. I just don't know what the original is supposed to look like. Chrome on the bumper is in real nice shape. A few little pot marks here and there, and some of the chrome you can see on the strip across the front of the hood. But I mean, this is like me nitpicking. This car is a 1978, and I'm sure a lot of the trim on this car is original to the car. So obviously it survived. It's never been per se restored. I mean, freshening up, yes, I would think so. But I don't think this car has ever been, you know, trim plated, new this, new that. You can see a little impression there. Common thing when these fillers leave, these get lost. Real hard to find those pieces. And just beautiful. Everything lines up real well. Again, another beautiful Diamondback white wall custom built tire. Now inside, the wheel arches come down here. I mean, just look how clean that is. It looks so nice. Looks like we got just a little spot right behind that molding, maybe just starting to blister through. Can't believe I just dropped my phone like that. I gotta get one of those gimbal things. Come to the next level of YouTubery. Like I said, this felt seal on the sunroof had just recently been replaced by a local shop that actually did sunroofs back in the 70s and 80s. He found a guy that had the original reproduction felt for this car. An old timer. He was telling me, he said the guy was retiring, selling off all his stuff. So good luck finding that again in the future. All the glass is in real nice shape. Does have the thermometer mirror, which is kind of cool. You can see a few little small pit marks in the face of the mirror. But again, just, I would say your normal wear, I guess, on some of the chrome. Nothing too crazy. A few little pot marks there. Again, your opera lights, the Biarritz insignia, beautiful top. Nice clean all throughout here. Usually you start to see these things all rotting away in there. Really nice down there. Back into that little rocker. No bubbles, or blisters, or anything like that. Looks like a little spot chipped, touched up there. Another beautiful Diamondback white wall. Tail lenses are in real nice shape. You can see the silver trimming there. Chrome on the rear bumper is in beautiful shape. You know what? I'm thinking that those are supposed to be gray, because you look at here, you can see all this is gray. And I think I remember mine being gray, so. Biarritz. I mean, just look at the smoothness of the paint. Have the flipping trunk lock. Looks like it's a little off kilter, just a little bit, but again, all new filler panels throughout this car. Just a real nice piece. 1978 Eldorado Biarritz. I'm going to jump onto the inside of this car. Then we're going to take it for a spin back to the shop, hopefully before it rains out. Had a little bit of sun, so I'm trying to do this video before we get rained on. And then I'm going to put it up in the air. I'd like to show you what the bottom side of this 78 Eldorado looks like. All right, diving on, whoop, wrong way. Diving on into the inside of this 1978 Eldorado, you'll see the biggest marshmallow peep-like yellow Easter egg beauty interior. I don't know, I just rambled a whole bunch of things that remind me of this interior. It's plush, it's yellow, it's comfy, it's beautiful. It is absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful original interior. Now, a lot of this stuff, this originality to this car, that's a great thing. There's a few setbacks on the interior, which I'm going to point out, like a few minor cracks on this top pad here. There's a little bit of wear on the driver's seat. Now remember, this car is a 1978 model. It's not a 2008 model, so it is going to show wear even at 43,000 miles. It's just, that's just how it is. I mean, look at us. As we age, this vehicle was altered by American Sunroof Corporation. Yep, sunroof. You can see a little bit of overspray in the jam there. So yeah, this car is definitely repainted. A few little spots breaking through of rust on the bottom of the door. But nothing too crazy. Rockers. Probably original door sills, and they show nice. It's got the original tag on them. You know, sometimes it's nice to have a concours restored car, but other times it's real nice to have a real clean original car. You know, they're only original once, but they have a little bit more character. I just think that they're, I don't know, you can't duplicate these cars, so it's hard to, you know, frame off, restore something like this. Nice door cards. Like I said, on this side here, you can see a few small spots where you're starting to get a little bit, probably from sun and having your maybe arm up there, up on the armrest. But all the wood trim is all in really nice shape. The armrest itself, you get all the switches. One thing I don't understand is why they have a door, window lockout here. To me, it doesn't make sense. The only other window you're going to lock out is that one. And if someone's sitting in the front seat and they're screwing around with the window, you just give them a whack across the head. But I don't know. What do I know? Anyways, all inside the jam here. Pretty tidy as well. All the door gaskets. Shows a little bit of wear up here. But overall, pretty nice, and I would assume pretty original. Dash is in nice shape. Steering wheel is in nice shape. He did replace this wood piece, which I know is very common to crack. And he does admit to putting this, my customer, I mean, putting this steering wheel cover on to try to protect this original steering wheel. You can see where the inlay, the wood inlay, has kind of come apart in some spots. It's kind of common for that to happen. It's actually happening in my 75. Although there is a company, I think it's called Craft Customs or Car Craft Customs or something like that. I'll look them up online, that do now restore these steering wheels. The plastic, if there's any cracks in it, and they will do the new inlays as well. I actually have a few steering wheels that I would like to send them and to see how, you know, they come out, because I have a couple of my coupes. They also do leather wraps, so that's pretty cool too. We'll get back into all this little trinkety stuff when we come back over here. Original front floor mat, I mean, shows some soiling there, but all the carpeting is in really nice shape. I mean, this is all the original rubber. You can see a little bit of fraying there. You know, if it was me in my car, you can only clean that so much. It's got 40,000 miles of wear on it. Maybe a new set of floor mats for the car. I got a set of mats for a 76 Deville that I had from a company called Stock Interiors, and they did a phenomenal job on a nice set of floor mats. You can see this beautiful plush leather interior here. It does show some signs of, you know, just age. You know, this is 1978 era leather. But overall, for being an original interior, shows really well. We'll flip that seat back, and you can see the back seat here. Back seat is obviously in beautiful shape, probably very gently ridden in. You got ashtrays and ashtrays galore. Carpeting back here, original floor mats. It's actually a two-piece floor mat set. It's kind of different. It does come with a pimp hat in the back. That's standard equipment for a Eldorado Biarritz like this. You have a 50-50 split bench with the split armrests. Doors close nicely. You don't have to slam them. Sometimes you get into these old caddies. I know my Eldorado convertible, it's got, I think in the 70s or almost 80,000 miles. And some of the doors, or I think the driver's door is starting to sag down just a little bit. But inside the jam here, I would say very respectable for a car of its era. Door panel, probably showing just a few little minor signs of cracking on this side too. Got the handle to let you out of the back seat, which I always thought was cool. Another ashtray because everybody smoked in the 70s and 80s. Dash, nice shape. Now he did have a dash cover on this, two-piece, which is in the trunk. There is a small crack right there. Aside from that, the pad is in nice shape. I prefer the look without the pad, even with that very minor crack there. It's so small that I still like the look of the original. But that is in the trunk. All the wood tone, little courtesy light. 8-track player works, radio works, antenna works. He just had the 8-track player rebuilt. I'll show you some of the stuff that he's got in there. Passenger seat shows well. Nice, clean, original 45-year-old leather. It does have a spot right there. Probably way back in the day, someone caught it with maybe a cigarette. I don't know how you burn that. It's a weird little spot. You know, who knows? If cars could talk, sometimes I really wish they could, because they would tell us a whole bunch of crazy stuff that they experience throughout life. Beautiful back seat. All the rear panels are in nice shape. Again, more ashtrays. Plenty of ashtrays. Headliner is in nice shape as well. Dual visors with a lighted passenger mirror. No mirror on the driver's side, kind of odd. But what's even stranger, and I didn't even know that these were available with it, is a reclining passenger seat, which is super cool. I know my 75, it's got a Biarritz interior out of a 1978 or 77, 78, a white Biarritz leather. And I know mine doesn't have a power passenger seat, so I think that's pretty cool. And the fact that it still works is even cooler. Again, doors close effortlessly. So let's jump behind the wheel. We're gonna start it up, show you under the hood, show you that big Mamma Jamma V8, pop the trunk, and we'll take a spin back to the shop. All right, behind the wheel of the 78, it's got two sets, actually, yeah, two sets of keys. Nice vintage Cadillac keychains. These might even be the original GM keys for this car. This car, with all the telltales lighting up there. This car runs absolutely phenomenal. And that's why I love it so much more than my 75. When I say he, my customer, Henry, the gentleman who owns this car, I don't know what he did to make this car run as nice as it does, but it does. No lights up on the dash there, other than the trunk open light, because I got the trunk popped. Fuel gauge works. You have your climate control here. Automatic twilight, sentinel headlights, and then you also have auto dimming. One thing that he noted, and I realize as well, this car still has original R12 in it. It doesn't blow cold, and before converting it, I mean, it blows correctly. But if somebody wanted to keep this R12, probably a can, maybe a can and a half to juice it up. Otherwise converting it, but I think with the 70s era, if you could get R12, and a lot of people still have a couple cans hanging around here and there, you see them at swap meets, flea markets, I think it's worthy of an R12 recharge, but I don't have R12. So second set of keys here with the car. We do have a lot, don't lose that. We do have a lot of pamphlets and, you know, just pre-delivery inspection stuff, AM, FM, Delco radio, and then it also has in the back here, CB radio, Citizens Band radio, rules and regulations, temporary permits for CB radio users. See, do we have a window sticker? Don't know what this is. Something about tires. Oh. Valve stems. I don't see a window sticker. No window sticker there. We do have an instruction manual for the car cover that comes with this car. Some recent service that he had done to this car. He also had a headlight relay conversion done in this, which I'm going to definitely do to my car because it makes quite a bit of a difference for the headlights not being bright enough. And I noticed that my 75 has always been like that. The headlights weren't bright enough. Operating instructions for the power sunroof also comes with the crank. You can pop this little guy out if it doesn't work, but it does work. Oh yeah, baby. Open that sky right up. Original owner's manual. We'll put all that stuff right back in there. Does have the CB radio. Did not try that. And it comes with 2 8-tracks. And the 8-track player does work in this car. He took this radio out. Lower that down. Antenna goes up. Radio obviously works. I don't want any copyright issues, but antenna works perfectly as well. Rear defog. I don't know if that works. The clock, I didn't think the clock worked, but that definitely said 12:30 before, not 12:36. So that, I don't know what I'd say about that. Coming around to the back, it has the power release trunk. All the gasket looks like it's been replaced. It's a nice soft gasket inside the trunk, real clean. He does have this was the dash cover that I told you came with the car. He has all the service books that could come with 1978 Cadillacs, including this, which I think is pretty useless, but I guess it's always good to have. There's your dealer brochures for 1978. Behind the great name comes great cars. 78 Fleetwood, Sedan Deville, Seville. Where are we, Eldorado? No, I must have skipped over it. Seville, Eldorado by Cadillac. Base Eldorado. No Biarritz. I wonder why they wouldn't put a Biarritz on there. All the books. Just nice stuff to have, especially, you know, if you pop your trunk at a car show. All the trunk carpeting is there. Full-size spare with the spare tire. You got the jack under there. Car cover. It has the original inflator spare, but obviously a full-size spare has been put in there. These had a space-saving spare. I think my 75 convertible still has it. Here's the original. This is the original seal for the sunroof. A pair of fuzzy dice come with it. You can see inside the jam here. Pretty clean. Few small blisters right on the edge. Nothing really too crazy. Cleaner on this side. Got the original jack instructions and tags. Just a real neat, tidy car. And again, like I said before, all new filler panels throughout. Pretty nicely installed as well too. power trunk pulls down. That giant sunroof, yeah, baby. All right, now this, I don't know if I can do this one-handed. There we go. I mean, just look how smooth that 500 is running. Is that a 500 or a 425? Actually, that might be a 425. Yeah, it is 425. My 75 has the 500. Battery is for 2020. That's the relay kit for the brighter headlights. The original style headlights. I hate it when people put those LED conversions in. I think they make the cars look goofy. Again, just my opinion. So I'm going to try that out in my 1975. Real clean under here. And she is running absolutely beautifully. Whoa. There we go. All right, let's take her for a spin. Pop her down in the drive. Mileage we're at is 42,948. I mean, just effortless. Mine skips and coughs and farts on it. Runs rich. This thing is so dialed in. It's unbelievable. I wish my 75 ran as good. Thankfully, he told me who his mechanic is, and I think I might start using him on even some of my used cars. All right. Whoo, baby. Get that big Astro Roof open. Ain't nothing better than that.
To join the huddle for all the hard-hitting action. You are America. What would you?
Let's try the 8-track. Actually, I think you gotta switch this over. Oh, CB. Oh, AM, FM. We'll try this at another time. Put that antenna down. Whoa, baby! Woohoo! All right, let's take it up. Woo! She kicks down nicely, gets up, and she wants to move, baby. Just smooth, absolutely smooth. There we go, that's a little better. Got the windows up and that big roof still wide open. Not to let the rain in, but to let the sky in. I would say sun, but I don't know where the sun went. What an absolute highway cruiser. Let's see if we can get cruise control to work. The light lights up, cruise engages. Cruise control works. We're doing 75, almost 80. Holy shit. This thing is an absolute highway monster. I gotta get my car back out. This, woohoo! She drives so nice. I would do anything to have my 75 driver's license. This car. I mean, I've put miles on it and probably a lot of deferred maintenance with that car because I've had it so long and I haven't used it. Probably could use a tune-up. I've owned the car 15 years. I've never done a tune-up to it, you know. So stuff like that I know is what I have to do to that car, but you know, I don't use it, so it gets deferred maintenance. I don't know. Anyways, man, I feel like I should toss that pin pad on the back. I should be cruising down the highway, although sunroof might come off my head. This thing is just an absolute sweetheart. God. Any questions about this Cadillac, give me a call. My name is Anthony, 978-930-1004. Brakes are absolutely beautiful in this car. This is a get in, drive, and enjoy type of Eldorado. All right, let's get this guy in. Here we go. Oh my God. With that being said, again, Anthony here, 978-930-1004. Check out my website, specialtymotorcars.net, where you can check out all the still pictures of this car. Got a ton of pictures over there of it. You can check me out on Instagram, Specialty Motorcars NH, and on Facebook, Specialty Motorcars. We're up here in Pelham, New Hampshire, but don't let distance stop you from getting a dream car like this 78 Biarritz in your driveway. I can handle all the logistics of getting this car dropped off at your front door, open and closed, whatever kind of transport you want, I can help you get that done. I ship cars all the time, not me personally, physically, but I set it up and I get trusted, insured carriers all the time for my customers. So give me a call, 978-930-1004 if you have any questions. Price of this Eldorado is going to be $17,995. All right, bottom shot here of this behemoth of a 1978 Cadillac Eldorado Biarritz. This is a 425 V8. If I misspoke earlier, I think I said it was a 425 just by this tag, but I actually thought it was a 500 because my Eldorado is a 500. But apparently for this generation Biarritz, the 77, 78, they downsized. But you can see here, very clean underneath. You know, covered in an old undercoating, but very, very solid. Solid lower rockers, solid frame. You know, pretty clean car. You get your sunroof drains there. New springs in the back. New air shocks in the back. These are Toyo Extensa tires that Diamondback made into a custom white wall. Lower rocker, or lower quarters. Bumper, clean. And the exhaust, new muffler. Nothing really out of the ordinary. This looks like the original catalytic converter. I don't know, this almost looks like undercoating. It's like gooey undercoating. I don't know what's going on there. Maybe from the exhaust it's melting off. Do have some dampness up here by the transmission. This is a front wheel drive Cadillac. You can see probably a little bit out of that cork gasket. Some dampness there. It's wet. Old car wet. This wetness over here is from me going through the puddle. Pulling in, you can see it's all over the bumper and everything like that. I'm trying to get this done before it rains out. Anyways, any questions about this Cadillac 1978 Eldorado Biarritz, you can give me a call, 978-930-1004 is my number. Give it a shot. Just a little bit of rust just starting behind that molding. Honestly, if you took that molding off and you cleaned that up, probably have no issues. Solid on this side. Come around over here. Real solid. 978-930-1004.